because it looks so cool.
What are you doing, Piston? What are you doing? What's up, dude?
Good morning, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. Bobby and I were out of town, and we got back at 1 in the morning this morning, and I am going to the shop. Bobby took the truck, so that means I get to, and also have to, drive the Lambo. Come on, old girl. Fire up. So we were gone for a week. When we left, we had probably a foot of snow, and it was very cold. Today is supposed to be 50 degrees. If you take a peek in the grass, there's no snow. That's nice. While I was away, we got a special delivery from Benpack. Oh man, this is kind of a mess. 2 new 4-post lifts and 1 2-post lift. Finally, man, finally. These were delayed by like 2 weeks, but they're here, and today we are putting all new lifts in the new shop. All right, so the current plan is to do the 4-post storage lifts first, and I plan on putting them right here. So I'm gonna leave those 2 cars over there. One's gonna go here, and one's gonna go where the yellow Evo 8 is. And then hopefully we can fit 2 more cars on this side. So it's gonna be 2 cars over there, 4 cars in the middle, and then 2 cars over there, making space for 8 cars total. Now the 4-post, being that there is 4 posts, you are not required to drill and anchor them to the floor, especially being a rental space. The people I'm leasing from are not the biggest fans of holes in the floor. So that is what we're gonna do. Just assemble them, put them in place, and not anchor them to the floor. Now, of course, the 2-post that we're gonna install later, that will need to 100% be bolted down to the floor. These 2 guys right here are going to be the 4-post lifts. Let's go ahead and start getting them disassembled. Now, if you are wondering what brand of lift I decided to go with, I went with the good old Benpack. So these are the HD9 4-post lifts. They have a bunch of different models, but for what we're doing, I think the HD9 will be the best. Now I'm gonna try to assemble and install all of this myself. They are a few thousand pounds a piece, so I may need some help, but I'll see what I can do. The entire first lift is now completely opened up. Everything is relatively light. Surprisingly enough, all the uprights are pretty light. These 2 right here, the ramps that the car actually sits on, those guys are very, very heavy. So I'm gonna try my best to get this all done myself. But like I said, man, those pieces, they're so big, so awkward, and super, super heavy. I have the installation diagram pulled up here. I'm trying to figure out where exactly I want the control, like the lift cylinder and whatnot. There's 2 variations we can have it. I think I'm gonna install both lifts in this variation here with the controls near the ramps, which that will be this post right here, which has the bracket, the mounting bracket for the lift motor. So the instructions say to lift this up and drop it down into each post. Obviously I can't do that by myself. So what I'm gonna do is lay the post down and install the cross brace or the cross arm with the post down and then lift both posts up. Hopefully that works. That went much, much easier than I expected. All 4 posts are up. These guys here are called the safety ladders. In case like a cable breaks or a hose breaks, this is what would stop the lift from crushing the car or you if you're underneath. Ladder is installed. The top cap, this guy right here, I went ahead and got that installed. The ladder bolts to that top cap, and then the middle hole on that cap is where the cable is going to connect. Now we need to lift that crossbar up and clip it in to that first notch. We are now ready for the most difficult part of the job, which is installing these. These are called the runways. This is what the car sits on. One has the hydraulic lift underneath, which is this one here. That's gonna go on the side that is receiving the hydraulic unit, and that one does not have a hydraulic lift underneath. We need to get this in between those and connected, sitting on the side posts here. One could say that is the most difficult part, but that was pretty easy. Now we have one more runway, and then it's on to all the cabling and the hydraulic system. Pump is on, let's run the cables. So there's 4 different cables, 4 different lengths. Longest one is for that post there. Second longest, shortest, second shortest. All of the cables will start here, run down on that roller, and connect underneath here, right to that plate right there. I quite literally thought I was gonna get all 3 lifts installed today. I'm not even done with the first lift and I'm out of time. All of the cabling is ran. The lift itself is set up, but we still need to do all of the cabling adjustments, air lines, hydraulic lines, leveling. We got a couple hours left. All right, day 2. Already this morning, I ran all of the air lines. There's one high pressure line that connects from right here down to the hydraulic cylinder under the runway. The return line just takes a little 1/4 inch hard air line. Now we should just have power, which is easy. This lift is a typical 110, plugged right into the wall. And we need some hydraulic fluid, which we have here. Some AW68 hydraulic oil. The lifts take right around just over 4 gallons per lift. All right, we are ready. The moment of truth. Is this thing gonna work or is it not gonna work? So I have our power source connected there. This will be enough to raise it. I can't lower it yet because there's 2 different locking mechanisms. One of them being air, and I don't have any air. Ran over to the side of the shop. Let's see if it'll go up.
going up.
It says in the manual to go up and down a few times to bleed all of the air out of the hydraulic system. So I do need to get some air, some compressed air in over here for the airlocks. And then we can see about putting a car up on it, putting a car underneath. We are finally gonna have enough storage in the shop. It's gonna be so nice. All right, this thing is fully bled out, verified that everything works. Last thing to do before putting on a car onto the lift is putting on this grip tape. This just goes on the runways so that your tires have something nice and grippy to grab onto. Car number 1 is on the lift. It's not exactly straight and center. It's honestly a little bit nerve-wracking pulling up for the first time. I wanted to test with the yellow 8 because this front end is probably the lowest. The last thing I wanted to do is have to get ramps out, additional ramps out every single time I wanted to put a car on the lift. If this one clears, all of the cars will definitely clear. Oh man, that is so sick. I am geeking on the new 4-post. Let's get another card underneath, and we have a whole nother 4-post that is going right here. Man, that sure is cool. When I was a lot younger, like 16, 17, 18 years old, I always had the dream of having a 3-stack 2-post lift, which we probably could have done in the shop. I don't think it would fit in the next shop that we're building, but on that 3-post, I wanted a NA1 NSX, which is this, a Mark IV Supra, which is next door, and a R34 GTR, all just on the triple stacker. I have a ways to go before I can afford a R34 GTR, but we got 2 of the 3 and some other shenanigans as well. One more lift, one more 4-post to go. This one is gonna go much quicker because I know exactly how everything works. I have the system down of how it can go together quickly. And then it's on to the 2-post, which is where we work. Finally, our second 2-post lift is now installed. I severely underestimated how long these things take to put together. If you had multiple people, it would go pretty quick, but trying to MacGyver all this stuff together, as heavy as all these pieces are, it just takes a while. But hey, it is complete. I think I'm gonna put the Supra up top. The thing with these 4-post lifts, or I guess car storage in general, if you're storing a car above a car, the car that's up top can't really leak anything. Otherwise, it gets on there. That car don't leak. That one leaks a little bit. I have a little minor oil leak I need to fix on that car. I was gonna put the new STI up top, but that thing has a really bad oil leak. So I'm gonna put the Supra up top, which has no leaks, and the new Hyper Blue STI underneath. rookie mistake. I don't think it damaged the car at all. Oh man. I forgot to put the pins in, which hold these to the lift. This one went flying. Well, there it is. Both 4-post lifts are installed. 2 full days to install both lifts. I was really hoping to get the 2-post in as well, but we're gonna have to save that for a different day. I was also hoping to fit 2 more cars on this side. I don't think that's gonna fit. If it does, it's gonna be a super tight fit. So I'll probably just put 1 car over here. And as you guys know, I have way too many cars, so I'm gonna have to put cars right here and some over there as well. This right here, this is a game changer for the new shop space. Not only does it allow us to store way more cars, but man, it just looks so cool. It looks so cool, don't it, dude? What do you want? I think I'll probably rearrange cars later on, put my prized possessions all on the lifts. I'll probably keep those 2 up there and maybe change up these 2 cars here. Again, these are the HD9 lifts from Benpack. Both of them are rated at 9,000 pounds a piece. So if I really needed to store my truck on a lift, we could do that with the HD9 lifts from Benpack. I also love how wide they are. Now for storage space, being that I wanted to fit so many cars on this wall, if they were a little bit more narrow, that would have been cool, but I would have regretted getting a narrower lift because door dinging your own cars is not fun. All right, my friends, I'm gonna wrap up the video right here. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you wanna pick up some of these lifts for your own garage or shop space, I'll have them linked down in the description box below. One last look, because it looks so cool. Hope you guys enjoyed. Goodbye, and I'll see you guys in the next video when hopefully we start getting back to work, maybe on that car, but we need to get this thing installed first.